In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the activity module in Practica Musica, Reading Treble Clef. The first thing you will need to do is to click on the Exploring Theory course. Then click on Chapter 1, Notation of Pitch, and then click on Reading Treble Clef. Once you've selected that option, click the tab that says Open. As you can see, I was in this module just a couple of days ago, and so it still has my score from the last time I was in. It says that I have a score of 160 and I need 440 points before I have completed the activity module. In this activity, they are going to show you different pitches using the treble clef staff. So as a quick review, remember, some notes live on the lines. In this case, we have E, G, B, D, and F, and some notes live in the spaces, F, A, C, and E. And that the musical alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, and G repeats over and over again. So in order to complete this activity, when I get an example, I then need to play the corresponding note on the piano. The first thing I want you to see is that the yellow arrow pointing down is pointing to middle C. You do not need to play this example in time, meaning with the correct rhythm. You just need to play the correct notes. So middle C is the note C below the staff with a line through it. So in this case, when I look at this note and I go back to my lines, E, G, B, D, then I know that I have to go up from middle C to E, and I go E, G, B, D, and I'm going to click on this key. Then the next note is the next line note down, which I know is the note B. Then I go up to the space note C, down to the line note G, up to the space note A, up to the space note C, down to the line note B, and back up to the space note C. Once I've done that example, then I need to click the tab New Example to get my next set of notes. And again, I'm not playing this in rhythm, I'm just trying to identify the correct note and play the correct key on my piano. One thing you might find helpful is to either print out or have a picture of the piano keyboard and the notes that go together. You'll find this under the content page for reading the treble clef staff. In this example, I look at my first note, and it's the first space on the treble clef staff, which I know to be F. And it is the F above middle C, because middle C is in between the treble clef and bass clef. So when I come down to the piano keyboard, I find the yellow triangle that designates middle C, and I go up the keyboard to the note F. And in this case, the notes are close together, which will make it much easier to play. So I play the notes F, G, F, E, G, F, D, and E. And then click on New Example after I'm done. I continue the same activity, playing the notes as they are written. So once again, this first note is F above middle C. So I find the triangle for middle C, go up to my first note F. And you'll find that as you do this more, it becomes much easier to remember the relationship between the notes and the keys on the piano, especially in an example like this where the notes are close together. Now my first note starts on the bottom line of the treble clef staff, which we will remember is E for every good boy does fine, or every good boy deserves fudge. So again, I come back to my middle C, that's always our starting point, and I go up to the note E, and now I can play this example, which goes like this: E, D, E, and then I click New Example. So I have 2 examples left to go to complete correctly in order to finish this module, but for the sake of practice, I'm going to take a break. So I go up to the menu bar and I'm going to click on Reading Treble Clef and I'm going to select Quit this activity. This will take me back to